Hi folks, and welcome back. Now I've got a different sort of video for you today, which is going to explain why I've been so busy over the last month, why I'm going to be so busy over the next 2 weeks, and it's something quite important that we're doing. But I'm also going to talk about what we're going to see on the channel in the future, types of content, types of videos, playlists and series, things like that, to give you a bit of an update of where we're going with all this. Anyway, first job, most importantly, and some of you already know this, but this week I am setting off for Ukraine again. Myself, best mate Steve, and this time my eldest daughter, Beth. She's 18. She's quite capable of driving now. We are taking an ambulance to Ukraine that we've fundraised for. If you would like to help out, because we're still trying to raise money for this trip and for future vehicles going over there to save lives, then there's a link down below where you can scan the QR code there as well. Then that would be greatly appreciated. I know some of you have already actually donated to this and have supported the ones in the past. If you'd like to help out again, that's amazing. For those of you who don't know anything about this, let me explain. So we raise money with a group called Driving Ukraine, and we buy NHS ambulances or 4x4 pickups. And then we, as volunteers, we drive them over to Ukraine, hand them over to typically teams of combat medics with the military or civilian rescue squads who drive into. These are volunteers, by the way. They are civilians, but they are typically not Ukrainian civilians. They're often foreign volunteers who've gone over, but they drive these vehicles into the front lines where the combat is to rescue civilians trapped by the fighting. They're not combat vehicles in any way. They are just purely for saving lives. And this time, as the next NHS ambulance we're taking over, that is it's certainly not an arguable case, because people have commented before on these videos, oh, I'm sure they just get equipped with missile launchers and guns. No one's going to equip a flipping box ambulance with a 50 cal or a rocket launcher on the back. They need medical vehicles over there. That's what we supply. Whatever you think about the war, it is a life-saving mission, and that's what we do. So if you want to help out, then that would be amazing. I've got videos up on the channel in the past of ones we've done this. I've done this before. These events take a humongous amount of effort to sort out, which is why I haven't been streaming as much over the last month. I've been going to events, trying to raise money, trying to talk to businesses, trying to get everything in place. We're also collecting a load of medical supplies from medical centres, doctors' surgeries, things like that. There's an awesome physiotherapist locally who's managed to supply me a load of stuff that I am actually picking up this week before we go, and then we have to transport all this with us. So yeah, that's why I've kind of been busy. I have been on holiday with the family last week as well. That's totally separate thing. Probably the last time the four of us will go off anywhere together. But yeah, this is now coming to a head. The hard work is nearly done. The fundraising is way harder than driving over there, and I can't wait to get going on Wednesday. It's going to be great. But if you want to find out more information, check out our website on this. Go take a look at the donor wall. You'll see that I have actually dumped in a huge chunk of my own money into this one. This isn't any sort of flex. There's a couple of reasons for this. Obviously, if you support a cause, I always feel I should get behind it. And this is hopefully what we're going to do, because this is probably going to be my last trip to Ukraine, my last convoy, certainly this year, because I've got a family member who is going through a medical procedure later this year, and I'm going to need to be around to help out and look after them. So that's probably going to run into next year as well. So I have no idea if or when I'm going to get to do this again. So I want to make this one count. And with the vehicle that we're taking over this time, I certainly think that's going to be the case. And also, you may also have noticed that, yes, I did mention my daughter's coming with me. And you must be thinking, Mark, are you mad? Is Ukraine the safe place to take a kid to? Well, she's 18 now, and she's been wanting to do this since I started doing it last year. She can drive. She's done her fair share of the fundraising. And the options were really, if I said, no, you're not coming with me, it's dangerous, she's got her own bunch of friends who want to do this, and she would have gone off with them and done it. So I figured, come with me. At least I can keep an eye on her. And because as a parent, you worry. We are going to the west of Ukraine. We're going to Lviv. It is relatively safe compared to everywhere else in Ukraine, but it is not completely safe. There was an air raid last time we were there. Luckily, nothing came of it. An air raid alert, I should say, but nothing came of it, thankfully. There have been attacks recently. It sucks. It's a small risk that we're willing to take for ourselves, knowing that Ukrainians have to put up with this sort of shit every day. So, Yeah, it's going to be a good trip, I hope, and one that makes a great difference to people. So, again, if you want to help out, link in the description. All help is gratefully appreciated with that. These are tricky things to get off the ground and get going with the fundraising side of it. So, anyway, back to now the channel, the updates. Let's talk about video series and live streams and everything else. In fact, let's talk about live streams because Monday, Tuesday this week, I am here. I will be streaming something at my, well, I'm going to say my usual time. It's not been very usual for the last month, but it's going to become my usual time again. But what we're going to stream, we just finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which was amazing. We played the DLC for it. I wouldn't mind jumping back in, starting a hardcore run of it, because for 2 streams before I go away for a week, I don't actually know if it's worth getting into a brand new game. But there are some amazing adventure games and RPGs, because that's what this channel is going to focus on going forward. I've got the strategy channel, MarkGFL Gaming, if you want to go and look at war games and strategy games and stuff. But my other love is adventure games and RPGs. And there's been a load of good stuff. This is just looking at Game Pass here, which I've got a subscription to. Expedition 33, Clair Obscura. People are talking great stuff about that. It looks like the weirdest, jankiest sort of Final Fantasy style game I have ever seen. And I would have just dismissed it just from looking at the trailer of the gameplay. But people say, this is amazing. And I wouldn't mind hearing what you guys think of that. Maybe we'll start a playthrough of that when I get back. There's also Atomfall, which is, I mean, this is a UK version of Fallout, right? I've got to play it. It should be a shorter game. Look at the price of these things. I'm glad I have Game Pass, because I do not think that 60 quid for that is probably worth it. But anyway, I don't know. I haven't played it. Want to try it. And there's the Camelot Grail Knight thing that came out. What's it called? I can't remember. Tainted Grail? Grail Taint? No, that sounds like something else. I don't know. But that looked pretty good. It was basically King Arthur, but Skyrim. What's not to like? So there's loads of good stuff to play. And what would you like to see going forward? I mean, I want to check these games out. I really, really do. And talking about going forward, the live stream side of things, I have a slight issue with live streaming at the moment, because I've picked up a nasty case of tendonitis in my Achilles, which is fine when I'm actually doing anything, but sitting for long periods, standing for long periods, live streaming ticks by either of those boxes, depending whether they have the standing desk up or down, causes it absolute pain. I was going to say something much worse, but it's very uncomfortable. So unless I get myself a treadmill, a desk treadmill to walk on while we play, I'm not sure how long my live streams are going to be going forward. So I will work around that. We'll figure something out about that, because we're not stopping live streaming, because I love it. But anyway, yeah, there's that, and there's the type of videos. You'll notice that I did a Let's Play series of the Oblivion remaster recently. It was just a bit of an experiment. I wanted to do it, and it was nice to be able to play something without the camera on, but record it and put stuff up. And a lot of you guys have liked it. And it was a bit of an experiment to see how it would be accepted and how it would go down. And it's pretty much how I expected, but it's actually worked okay. I don't know at the moment if I'm going to do more Let's Play series like that. So a lot of that is going to depend on the feedback I get in the video or on those videos. I know those type of series only really appeal to particular audiences, but it worked kind of well for me on the other channel. So I don't know. The other alternative to that is because I can't stream every single game, because I would be streaming 15 hours a day, and whilst that might be a far off goal or something I might like to do one day, it's something I can't do at the moment. So I need to be able to cover other games when I'm not streaming. And the other alternative is just to play through them off stream, record it in the background, either put a review up of it or put like a longer video together, sort of chronicling my events and travels and experiences through the game, which could be really fun. It's something I'm going to try with one of the games I've mentioned today, maybe Atomfall, because it's a shortish one. Some others, and also, yes, hang on, I've got these installed. Let me see. Have I got them installed? Yeah, I'm going to do that with the old stuff. I've got Eye of the Beholder 1, 2, and 3, old classic RPGs from a long time ago. I'm going to do that with them. That is the plan. We're going to have some series on those like that. Not Let's Play series, but one video chronicling my adventures across the game and experiences. So that's something I want to try. It's something a bit different. So we do need to make some different stuff and try it out. So I think that's pretty it for the channel updates, I think. I would love to hear your feedback and thoughts on anything I've mentioned, talking about videos and live streams and stuff. I have missed it, been really busy sorting the Ukraine trip out, and everything else that's been going on has sucked up so much energy off me. I mean, the fundraising side of that is so much harder than just getting in a vehicle and driving 1,300 miles. It really is. I'm going to be glad when the fundraising side is finished, because they're organising events, emailing businesses, getting replies from lunatics who think you're talking about conspiracy theories and stuff. Don't even. Yeah, I'm not even going to go down some of the silly people I've had to deal with over all this, but it's for one of the most worthwhile causes I could possibly think of. So yes, we're nearly there. We are nearly there, nearly over the line with it, and it'll be awesome to have done something which really does make an important difference to people's lives. And I can't say enough how grateful Ukrainians are for the help and the support that we give them, and the vehicles that we take, these medical vehicles. When I was there the first time in September, October last year, one of the Ukrainians that we met there took us to the military cemetery and explained, looking at the vast amount of graves in the Lviv military cemetery, he said that lots of his friends, loved ones, family, a lot of the reasons that they are not in that military cemetery is because of the vehicles that we've taken and Driving Ukraine have taken, and some of you guys have helped fund in the past. You really, you finally realize how important something like this is. These aren't military vehicles. Well, they're not fighting vehicles. They are life-saving vehicles. That's what we do. And yes, there'll be a load of trolls in the comments that there's a lot of people that don't like what we do. But as Terry Pratchett once said, something is only worth doing if there is somebody else who would much rather you weren't doing it. And we're definitely doing it because it's definitely worth doing. Anyway, links down in the description if you want to go and add a bit to the fundraiser. If you can, that'll be absolutely amazing. Thanks for your support and thanks for your help. As I say, will be the last trip I do for, possibly the last trip I do. I'd like to see all of the fighting and everything come to an end. But right now, that doesn't look like it's going to happen, does it? So I'll do my best to help in whatever way I can for as long as I can. But it's going to be a long time, I think, before I can make another trip to Ukraine, if I can at all. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for everything, folks. I think that's everything I needed to talk about. Do let me know your thoughts and comments on all the video things I've talked about, streams and series and types of video you'd like to see. Oh, reviews. I didn't talk about reviews. I should do more reviews on the games that I've finished. And I haven't done in the past because I finished streaming a game and then I feel like I need to start streaming the next one because it's my regular streaming day and I don't have time to get the full review out. But it's not only that. I absolutely hate doing reviews. I can't explain enough how much I hate putting a review together. It's not so much that I don't like giving my thoughts on games. It's more to do with the fact of structuring the videos and then sifting through 50 to 100 hours of game footage that I've recorded whilst we've played it to find the bits that I need to match up with. That takes some serious mental energy. So anyway, I should do more reviews, but I'm trying to think of a different format of doing them. So give me some suggestions if you want, or give me some thoughts on that too. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough, so thanks for listening. And of course, I will catch you on the next one, whether that be a stream or a video or whatever, but I will see you real soon.